Everybody, welcome back to West Wing Studios and my final video in my video blog series entitled Song by Song. We'll look at the songs on Project Gemini and the Space Donkey's new CD entitled 16. So the song we're going to talk about today is called 1991. It's a really special song to me. I wrote it in my apartment in Birmingham, Alabama in 1991 on a 4-track recorder, and I used this guitar on it, and you know, it's a very unique song, and when I heard the demo that I had still to this day, I thought it was really clean sounding, and it sounded, you know, almost good enough to be on the CD actually. And then I thought, well, let's just put it on this bonus track. And you know, it had a couple defects in the recording because it was moved over from a cassette tape actually to CD at one point. So, but still, it seems to be somewhat intact, and shows that the genre that I played this entire CD in was something I did years ago. And getting to this guitar, which is a very special part of this song. In about 1990, we had a promotion at my music store that I worked at, which was called Music Alley, and I sold guitars and I sold studio equipment. That promotion was if you sold a certain number of guitars, which I think was 25, you got entered into a contest, and then 5 people around the nation were picked to go out to the custom shop in LA, in Hollywood, and have your own guitar made from scratch, a custom model, if you will. And that's something that's reserved for like the greatest musicians in the world, you know, that kind of thing. And the people that, you know, actually got their instruments made in the shop were those kind of people. In fact, this guitar was designed by Rich Lasner, who designed the Steve Vai Jim guitar, the Universe 7-string guitar, and also the Satriani guitar. So those were very famous guitars, and they also changed the industry in a big way. But Rich left Ibanez, and then he went to Yamaha, and when I finally got this guitar, he was working in the custom shop over in Hollywood, where I ended up that day, and he was the chief designer on this guitar. So this guitar was designed by the same guy that designed the 7-string Vai guitar. And that's really kind of cool today, because I'm going to see Steve Vai tonight in Nashville, and I'm going to really, I'm really excited to go see Steve tonight and see him do his thing. But anyway, Rich and I sat down and we did this design, and it was originally going to be a 7-string on the bottom, and a 12-string was going to be a double neck. Was the idea, and it was going to have the same finish and everything, but to be a double neck. And when I thought about that, it was going to be so heavy and so hard to play that it just didn't make any sense to do it. And so we went ahead with a 6-string. So the color is inspired by Van Halen's Ernie Ball guitar at the time in '91. It was purple, but it didn't have sunburst, so we did a sunburst purple like that. It's an all quilted maple top with an alder centerpiece, so the wood's kind of light in the middle, and it has the same quilted maple on the back, and even the pickup, the electronics cavities are covered in the veneer. It's really cool. And then you have a 4-bolt-on neck, and like I said, it's a 3-piece body. It's a Floyd Rose, a Shaler Floyd Rose. It has a JB in the back and an SSL, or not SSL, staggered strap left pickup in the front. This is the same combination I use in my Kamikaze, the Seymour Duncans. But what's different about that is that I have a pickup selector here. It allows me to do what a toggle switch would do, just put it with a push button. It goes back and front, back and front. This 5-position switch actually allows me to get 5 different sounds out of these 2 pickups. So it splits in the coils and back and forth. But then I have just kind of a hard front and back as well, and that's kind of cool. And then I have a button here that turns on LEDs on the fretboard. At the time we were looking for blue LEDs, but they didn't have them at that point that were bright enough to actually appear on the fretboard. And I think they do now, but back then you didn't have them. So these are red. And so if you're on stage in pitch black, you can still see the neck and see where you're at on the neck with that. And you turn those on and off there. And then I've got a scalloped fretboard here from 10th fret to 22nd fret. And that's sort of an Yngwie thing. So I've got sort of the George Lynch pickup set up, kind of the look of the Van Halen guitar, and an Yngwie scalloped neck. And so I just took my favorite guitar players' guitars and kind of did my own thing and put them all into one. And that's kind of how this came out. And there's a veneer on the headstock as well of the quilted maple, and it's all bird's eye maple neck. So it's a super nice guitar, and Rich helped me get it all together, and then we went back 6 months after the initial design work that we did and did neck shaping, which meant they actually shaped it to my hand, which was really cool. And it has an ebony board, which is really neat too. So that's my custom guitar from Yamaha. It's an awesome piece of work, and it's very special to me. So the song I wrote on it, 1991, has some pretty cool licks in it. So I'm going to show you those. It's sort of a descending George Lynch lick. It's like... And then it changes to another part that ascends. To me, the coolest thing about this song is this octave lick that's going on towards the end. Another guitar with wind part going. It's actually vibrating in the tempo of the song. It's kind of cool. And underneath that is some chords that are going on, and they go like this. And that's 1991. So thanks for hanging around for my video blog series, song by song. This is the final song, and I'll be putting up some behind the scenes stuff, some outtakes here in the future, so there'll be still more videos coming, but this is the final one for the CD. If you don't have a copy, go to iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, Spotify, and check it out or purchase it. You can go to my website, projectgemini16.com, and get it through PayPal. And so that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Rock on, y'all.